we welcome in the studio the tragic hero, I want to say. Frodo, it's hard to put anything into words. My heart was going down when I saw you out there. How are you feeling in this moment? Other words.
I mean, honestly, it's pretty bittersweet. I kind of, I knew I made a bit of an error 2 weeks ago, where I managed to re-tear the scar that's formed on my tissue, on my tendon. And, you know, it was so up and down. Honestly, the last couple of weeks have just been tricky, to say the least. A couple of hours spent on the side of the road contemplating the further sense of life. But in the end, I'm happy I came here. You know, 2/3 of the race went really, really well. I actually felt fantastic for 3K as well on the run. But it was just inevitable that the tendon was gonna give me some grief. I've had a few light moments where I say, okay, yeah, let's just go. But yeah, it's just been that kind of phase. And honestly, I just try and take away the positives, even though right now my head hurts a little bit more than my tendon.
Extraordinary on the bike. Swim was also really good. I don't know if you were told there was a new bike record set by you, which was again cracked by Magnus. If it wasn't for Magnus, but still incredible performance of you. Were there anything, or did you feel anything on the bike before with the Achilles, or was that fine until really the moment where it hit you on the run?
Yeah, it was really fine. This morning was actually probably the worst when I got up, and I was like, oh God, here we go. But then after the swim, I was really surprised. I ran out and ran to my bike, and I was like, oh man, this feels good. Okay, it's game on. And you're like, calm down, take a deep breath. And then it felt really good for 160K, and then started to pull up a little bit. But I mean, that's general fatigue. And yeah, we weren't exactly parking on the side of the road. So obviously the overall fatigue was just setting in. And yeah, it's just a fragile area.
Having a look at the race, Magnus went all the way with you in the end. A young gun, 24 years of age. He's still leading the race. What do you say to his performance so far? Were you happy to go with him on the bike?
Yeah, to be honest, I was real surprised how quick they came. I didn't have the best of transitions, but I was going well for the first half hour. Sort of my guess would have been about averaging maybe 3:30, and for him to make up a minute shows you he must have been really hauling. And then we got to sort of grading, and I think I averaged 4:40 for the climb, and I got dropped. So I knew then I knew how he made up the time. I was like, okay, let's see, it's a long day, but he's obviously known for his biking. So yeah, I don't know, it was fun. I haven't had that kind of scenario either for a long time. And so it was nice to have the dynamic in the group. And then, yeah, I think in terms of his race, that's how he planned it. He's shown he's a decent swimmer, he's a very good cyclist, and in that combination, he really just has to hold on. And it's a marathon. But I think he's one of the bright shining stars and of the future, and I really think he can have a fantastic debut here.
In 2016, you were going for the world best time. I don't know how much eyes and ears you had for the surroundings, for the spectators. Did you have more chances to experience the full Roth emotions today?
It was nuts. It was genuinely nuts out there. It's especially, you know, after the last 2-3 years where everything's been quiet and you got to try and keep your distance and all these kind of things. And I swear to God, the spectators, they timed it to the millimeter. I don't know how it didn't crash on Solaraberg, because it was so close. The police motorbike couldn't get through. Then we get held up with age groupers on the second lap. And there was just so much happening that it was absolutely fantastic to actually experience it more this time, because last time I think I made the mistake of being too goal focused and just having too much tunnel vision.